This is the Audi A5 Sportback dash camera installation video. We're going to show you how we remove the housing, how we take off the A-pillar, how we run the wires from the front of the vehicle all the way to the back safely, how we get the wires into the hatch, and we're going to go over where we wire it for power, ground, and ignition. Let's go. Please keep in mind there are some lighting challenges throughout this video. It was just really bright and we filmed outside on a sunny day, but it's been very hard to get access to some of these vehicles for filming. Enjoy and feel free to ask questions in the comments. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take our 4140 or a panel popper tool, and we're going to massage the right side, passenger side of the rear view mirror housing, and we're going to make sure to hit the clip. There's two clips up top there on the rear view mirror housing, and we're going to be able to take the second clip off, and then we're going to have to take the rear view mirror and rotate it downwards so we can slide the rear view mirror housing out. And there you go. You can see the two clips right at the top there that need to be, you need to pry right above them in order to remove it. And now we're going to move over to the A-pillar and start removing the A-pillar. Now, as we pry, it's only going to open up a little bit, maybe about the thickness of your finger. So the A-pillar doesn't come off completely because it has this magical clip there, which is proprietary that they use on Audi, Volkswagen, and Porsches, right? So we do see this from time to time. So I'm using a little hook in order to loosen it, and you have to position it in such a way that you can remove it, which we're going to show it a little bit later in this video. So as you can see, the rearview mirror housing is removed and the A-pillar is now loosened off the side. We're going to move over to the driver's side of the vehicle and remove the side panel of the dash, because in order to take the A-pillar off nicely, we recommend taking the side panel off, and you'll see there's another little joint that needs to be removed. So there's 4 clips on the back side of this panel, and that is now removed. And we're going to pry from the bottom of this little panel. There's just a clip that clips right in, and that is now removed. You can see there's just 2 little clips there. Well, actually 1 clip. The other one just kind of pressure fits in onto the A-pillar. And now we're going to wiggle the A-pillar back and forth, and we'll be able to do it. And at least there's no speakers or wiring that needs to be unplugged on the Audi A5, so that's nice. And you can see there's 3 clips on the back. Now this is the specialty clip right at the top, which needs to be positioned in such a way where that's why I'm using a little hook to pull it up and down in order to release it. And then when it's pushed down, that's actually how you release it. And when it's pulled up, that's how it locks back in place when you put the panel back on. So you can see this is the airbag, clear as day. And we're going to make sure to run the wiring safely behind the airbag. That way we're not obstructing it or causing any issues with it. So as we move over to the passenger side, I'm going to start running all the wiring because the main dash camera unit is going to be placed over on the passenger side of the vehicle. So as we move over, we also have the interior camera cable, which is going up top there. And we're just going to leave a bunch of slack out, and we're going to be dealing with that a little bit later in the video. So as you can see, I'm going to be pulling the rear camera cable in behind the airbag because, you know, a lot of times people go over top of it, and then what happens is if it deploys, it's shooting that cable. So we're going directly behind the airbag. That way we're not going to cause any challenges like that if this customer is to get into a car accident. So you can see there is the airbag, and you can see our wiring is nicely tie strapped to the factory wiring in behind the airbag. So now we can journey on and running the wire from the front of the vehicle all the way to the back. So I'm going to be using my specialty tool. This is actually called a MAG 20. You can use whatever you want, but do not use a coat hanger because you're running this wire right next to the airbag. And the last thing you want to do is puncture it or cause any kinds of issues. As you can see, this thing is fully coated with like a rubberized finish. It's not going to cause any damages, and we use it all the time. So you can see I'm just pulling the wire right through, and we can tuck it in nicely. That way, if the airbag deploys, the airbag deploys downwards, and this is not going to be in its way at all. This is on the window side. The airbag is more towards the interior when it comes down. And now we're moving towards the hatch. So this is a little bit fun working on this area. So as you can see, it's only rubber. So it's actually very easy to remove. While on a lot of other ones, they'll have clips and you have to figure out how to take the clips off correctly. This one, it's just rubber, so you can easily pry it out. It's not too hard. Where it becomes very difficult is getting the wire into that hole. It's actually extremely challenging on this particular vehicle. So we do a couple different things. One, I actually take the wire, I make a little loop, and I fish it through. And then I use my hook again, which you've seen earlier. I was using the hook on the A-pillar, and I actually pull it through that way. Now, however, I did screw up on here, and I'm going to explain to you kind of what I did. So it's actually quite funny. I ran it over top of the weather stripping, so I had to actually go back in and reverse it back with my specialty fish tool in order to refish it back through again and make sure to put it underneath the weather stripping, because otherwise it wouldn't be professional. Now, no, don't get me wrong. It doesn't happen too often, but I think it's sometimes you just make mistakes. You got to own it. So as you can see here, we've gotten it through again, and I can now use my specialty fish tool to pull the wire through the factory boot. Okay, so now we're going to pull it right through the factory boot. So this is how we make it look like it's all part of factory. Makes it quite easy, makes it look clean. And now we're just taping up the wiring just to make it look nice, because it is going to be really tight on the paneling. So on the Audi A5, the paneling is very, very tight. So any wire that you put in for the rear camera, it's the cable, the panel's not going to 100% go back into place, just because the thickness of the cable is not going to allow that panel to fully 100% clip in. So as you can see, we're continuing to fish the wire through. And like I showed you, I put a little bit of Tessa tape on the wire. So I'm tucking the cabling in, and you can see I'm clipping everything back into place. And I'm going to be showing you here that we just couldn't 100% get it flush. As you can see, just by where the cable comes through, it just dips out just a teeny bit. So the cabling comes right through there. We're going to pull any excess back out. That way we can hide the rest of the cabling in an easily accessible location. So as you can see, the lighting has finally gotten a lot better. The bright sun was not cooperating with the first part of the installation of this vehicle. So now we're going to take all this extra, tie it up, put some Tessa tape on it, and we're able to tuck it right in there into the hatch area. Now I'm just going to put all the rubber grommeting back in place, and just show you that we have all the rubber grommeting back in place. You might have noticed that that wasn't 100% clipped in, which I did go back and push it 100% in. That way it's got a nice seal. Now, because this rear window is not tinted, we got a polarized lens on the rear camera to try to get rid of and reduce any glare that happens while they're driving. So on the A329S, you can buy the CPL 600 for the rear camera, which is going to help with reducing any glare and reflections while you're driving, especially because it's going to be going directly on the lens. The front camera already comes with a CPL filter. So we're just cleaning it off with antiseptic wipes and then drying it with our paper towel. And then we're going to be able to go and mount the rear camera onto the hatch. And then I'm just adjusting the angle, kind of guessing on what I think is going to be the right angle prior to doing the final hookup and final testing. And as you can see, pretty clean. All the wiring is hidden away. We've gotten all the panels back in, and the hatch can fully close like normal on this Audi A5. So now, in order for me to drop the lower dash to get access to the wiring, I need to use an 8mm. And there's 5 8mm that need to be removed. So one 8mm on the side, two are in the little, there's like a little small glove box there that like a lot of times people throw keys, sunglasses, and stuff into. There's two 8mm there, and then there's two on the bottom of the dash that need to be completely removed. So once you remove those five, you can typically get access to the OBD2 cable. Now, if you're doing like a customer owned install, maybe you want to use an OBD2 adapter. You can plug it in nicely, which means you wouldn't even have to actually take the panel apart like we just did. However, for me, I'm going to be going and hardwiring directly to the OBD2 cable. We're going to solder directly to pin 1 is typically ignition. You can see the yellow wire there. Pin 4 is ground, and we're going to solder our black wire to there. And then the red wire is constant power. Now the red wire is constant power because we're doing a Viofo, and so we're going to solder directly to all of these. This dash camera is going to draw about 0.5 amp, so it's not going to impact this circuit at all. Typically the OBD2 port is dormant, and we don't really see any kind of major loads or anything on it. This is where a lot of GPS, telematics, dash camera companies that do professional installations go. And especially on Audi, Volkswagen, and Porsche, they typically use these three wires, always have constant power, ignition, and ground. So as we continue moving forward, we now have power. We want to test it out. And here's an example footage of what the interior camera looks like. And then we have sample of the rear camera footage, and we're going to show you what we get out of the front of the vehicle. These are just screenshots, so they're not full resolution 4K and 2K. And you can see there's the rear camera mounted there on the Audi A5. And here it is. The installation is finished. There's the interior camera mounted. And then we have the front camera mounted on the passenger side. That way it's not distracting or anything to you while you're driving. And that's the Audi A5 finished for a dash camera installation. Thank you for watching our video. If you are looking to support us at all, we are Safe Drive Solutions. We offer professional dash camera installation in Greater Vancouver or Greater Toronto, Canada. We also ship dash cameras all across Canada. Check us out, safedrivesolutions.com. Have a safe drive.